Hello and welcome to my English version of my first look into the Urban Strife Alpha. Just really quick for the German viewers, eine deutsche Version gibt es ebenfalls auf dem YouTube-Kanal. Einfach danach suchen oder hier oben eventuell verlinkt. So, back to the first look into Urban Strife. Urban Strife is a tactics game by White Pond Games. And is similar to, or I would say it brings the combat mechanics of Jagged Alliance or Jagged Alliance 2 into a post-apocalyptic setting, and you could compare that with Dead State maybe, but Dead State unfortunately was released in a very bad shape, and even though it was patched later on, even with the latest patch, it's still kind of a horrible mess. So this alpha version of Urban Strife already looks more polished. I played through that for my German first look into the game, and now I will do it a second or third or fourth time basically, and yeah, we will just take a look, play through the alpha, and maybe I will finish the alpha, maybe not, maybe I will die, we will see. We can not save and load in this alpha, there's no options available. This is just basically a vertical snippet, not even a vertical snippet, because I guess there's something like base management and so on, which is not in the game. This one is just one single level where you can run around, do a few quests or a few missions or whatever you want to call them, really simple tasks here. And you can basically win the map in 3 different ways. So we will start a new game. We can choose the difficulty, and as always, I will choose the hard difficulty. We can also switch on the combat only version, but I would also like to show the dialogues and so on. So we take the hard setting, start the game, and first up we will create the character, also with very limited options. We have unfortunately just a character limitation of for the name of 10 characters, which is a bit short for real names. So for example, in Jagged Alliance I used to call myself Mike Milligan, but yeah, not working, so I will just take Kordanor, which isn't a real name, but anyways. So then we have some different settings for our look. Athletic, hair type. So it's really, you can see there's not a lot of choice, but I mean it's pretty obvious that the later versions will have additional options. So for example, facial hair types, there's none, but we can already choose the color of the facial hair types, which we don't have. Then we have the top, and just go take this one, the military, also military pants, accessoires, none, skin complexion, hair color, the top color, gray is fine, and take gray trousers, and that's it. I will not read all the texts, all the description texts. I will not read the dialogues. I will read, but otherwise it will just get too long. So if you want to read that now, then just pause the game, and this will also be true for the character descriptions, which will come later on. And next up we will set the a few special perks for the character, similar to Jagged Alliance, where you'll remember maybe Fox, who had the skill for dual pistols, for example, or Grunty, who had the special skill of night vision or better seeing in the night, and I think he was also expert in heavy weapons and so on. Or Melise, I think, was a knife expert, or Q with martial arts expert and so on. So we will set that next, but first we have just an overview about the different controls. So we have the camera controls. You can move the camera around with WASD, or you can just zoom. You can pan the camera by pointing the mouse at the edge of the screen. The problem is always if you have multiple screens that you might lose the mouse cursor and accidentally click into the other screen. So I really prefer to do that with WASD or with the right mouse button, like in civilization, so that's fine. We have rotate, Q and E, that's also cool. We can zoom up and down the floors, like in Jagged Alliance you had, I think, picture up, picture down, and here you can use the mouse wheel, which is a bit weird, because also you have a zoom option with control and a mouse wheel, so with that you can zoom in and zoom out, but it will not switch the floors, which is just the mouse wheel. Then we have a controls tab, let's call it, and you see your weapon, you can see the different fire modes, reload option, inventory. You can swap your weapons without additional AP costs, and you have the different stances, like in Jagged Alliance. You have crouch, you have just walking, and you have running. I don't think there's the way to really stealth. I guess that's just crouch. In Jagged Alliance you also had if you press Z, I think, then your options turned yellow and then you were sneaking around. That's not a thing here. However, you can see enemy hearing range. Your enemies can hear what you're doing, so if you're shooting around, you will trigger more enemies. We have a stealth kill option. If you kill someone and you kill him with, or if you attack someone and if you kill everyone who saw that in one turn, that's considered a stealth kill, which is, I think, a very cool mechanic, which is pretty clear. You have to do that within one turn, otherwise you're screwed. With other games, like with Jagged Alliance, but also, I don't remember which games it was, but I remember that I've seen that in a couple of games where you didn't really know whether or not the enemy has seen you and will trigger other ones. So this is pretty obvious. Within the same turn, you have to kill all the enemies who saw that kill. The problem I had with that one is that the viewing range of the enemies is pretty high, and so you cannot necessarily see everyone who saw that. So it might not be that useful. Maybe it's more viable in stealth missions or something, which might come later on. There is a stealth goal in this demo, but I wasn't able to finish that one. Then we have the aim shot. We can just shoot or aim normally at a character, but we can also aim at different body parts. I will talk about that later. Yeah, you can trigger that by pressing the shift button. And then you have different zones. Zones where you have no right to be there. Then you can see zones which are observed where you're not allowed to do anything wrong, but if you behave aggressively, but I don't know what aggressively means in that case. Here the enemy line of sight, that's especially useful when you're close to zombies, for example. You can see when the zombies would see you, and you can stay out of range, for example. And yeah, when the enemies are starting to hear you. So now we are setting the character attributes. Charisma and intelligence are not in yet. I will set them to 60. So you can only switch or choose between 60 and 80. So because these two are not used, I will set them to 60. Then we have endurance for more health points. We have strength for more melee combat damage. I'm going to do ranged. Then we have agility for more maximum action points, interrupt chances, and melee combat evasion. That sounds good. Where we choose dexterity, affects action points cost when using items and melee combat chance to hit. Yeah, I will also take that one. Marksmanship for better aim, and stealth. We are not stealthing, but we are shooting, so let's do it like that. One thing I am not so sure of if that's a great idea or not. You can see with this, with the agility, we get more action points, and with dexterity, we reduce the action points. Jagged Alliance had this mechanic that you had, for example, the fastest character had like 25 action points, I think, and but all characters were able to shoot with the same amount or with the same times. Within the same turn. So let's say that Scully, for example, in Jagged Alliance had 25 action points, and Turtle, or Snail I think is called in the English version, has 15 action points in his turn. So Turtle, for example, has the gun, and he would need to use 5 action points to shoot one time with the gun. Scully, on the other hand, because he has 25 action points, he can move further because he's faster, but he needs to use 8 action points to shoot one time with the gun. So both characters can shoot 3 times, but Scully, because he has more action points, can run further. The issue is if you do not have this mechanic, and this game does not have this calculation, I think the nice thing is, I mean, it's clearer to the player what to do with the action points. But the issue is that you run into problems with weapons that, for example, there is one guy with an automatic rifle, and I think you need 19 points to shoot with that rifle. So the problem is, if you're having less than 19 points, then you cannot shoot with that rifle. Or another thing is, if let's say you have used 10 points to shoot a gun once, and of course you want to shoot it twice then with 20 points. But if you only have 19 points, then that character is basically only worth half as much as other characters, because yeah, he's doesn't have the appropriate action points. I do not know how the character development will be in the game. Basically, that's not in the demo at all. I'm also not sure if these ones actually have any effects in game. The next thing is that we, as I mentioned before, like with Grunty, Fox and so on, they have special abilities, and we can choose them here as well. So I will just take the thing to shoot better, not to get drunk. That wasn't... if I find it... So we have something for increasing max HP, to reduce bleeding damage, reduce fire damage, so the fire damage you receive. Because if you run through fire, you catch fire and then you will burn. Harder to get drunk, Yamwe recover from alcoholism. With that one, we get more weight, or we can carry more, we don't get more weight. That's for higher melee damage. And I want to use increased accuracy, and I am okay with reduced melee strength, and I will also decrease the melee avoidance. And now we have a very short overview about the setup of the game. Basically, we are living in a shelter, and we left the shelter in order to get some dude who he got into trouble with a rocker gang, and now we try to get him back. And he we need to basically get him out of this rocker gang situation by either killing the leader, making the thing explode, or just killing everyone. And we are together with Billy Bow, who I think found us when we were, like something in the backstory, we were wrecked in a car wreck and he was rescuing us, I think. Or not he, but he was one of the first guys taking care of it. So, sir, I tell ya, we're wasting our time that their bum Owen done ran away. And ain't nothing that will make him come back. We toasted. Sheriff, please be quiet. I got good intel. He's around here somewhere. Let's find him and please don't do anything rash. Alright, so now we see the main game screen. We can control the characters by just right-clicking. Now we have both selected. Of course, I can also just select one character. The cool thing is that you can also select all characters and, for example, do reload for all characters at the same time, something which didn't work in Jagged Alliance without using the patch 1.13 as far as I remember. You can also set them to crouch all at once, standing up. Of course, you can also do that individually. You can also run around and loot stuff here. So you have the cursor, this one for running, this one doesn't mean anything, and this one, you see, I think the distinction could be a bit better. Maybe the color, a different color for the hand or something. Now we can loot the trunk of the car, and we can see there's a ripped cloth. We take it all, and in this case I would have liked that the screen automatically closes. Also, to be able to do that with a hotkey would have been nice. And now we can loot the front of the car and we get some scraps and so on. So we could run around and loot everything, but right now all the stuff has a very limited use. We can also limited use. We can also look into the inventory. We see the stats we chose before. We see the maximum capacity, and we can also see how we can trade stuff. We can also craft stuff, and for example, now we can could do Molotov cocktails if we had these ingredients. We could do some medicine. I'm not quite sure what they are for, because healing is being done with these bandages, or makeshift bandages. Is that the right word? So we're going to our quest goal, which is here. You can see the quest on the top left. You can also activate and deactivate it. You should not click on hide because we cannot show it again, but this is just an alpha thing. Because right now we have nodes, we have map, to do, shelter, and these three things are grayed out. So you could reactivate it in theory with the to do option, as far as I remember that the developer told. But if you hide it now, you wouldn't be able to get it back. So we need to find Owen's church, which is the Owen is the guy we need to find. Here it is. Finally, I found you, man. Just the man I wanted to see. Nasty, my friend, so glad to see you. I think this is just... I don't see any point of having these three options. I don't see the point in this demo, and I don't see a point in a game having these at all, because you usually will always choose the same one if you don't know... if they all basically aim at the same thing, then I don't see the reason why you should have this distinction. It's a different thing if you slightly hint into a different ways, and you might end up with a different answer, like in a deeper dialogue. But I'm not sure if that's just quickly set up dialogue structure here, or if that's basically what they intended to have in the game. So for the neutral, nasty, friendly, I'm not a fan of. So, but we are friendly. My friend, so glad to see you. Hello, my friend. Welcome to my humble place of worship. Man, it's bad. The generator back at the shelter is making all kind of weird sounds, and there's nobody who can repair that piece of junk but you. I am sorry, so sorry. Oh God, what a mess. I am no good husband, no good mechanic, no good preacher. Hey man, we can't sit here and cry about forever, but fact is, bad things are about to happen back home if the power fails. We need to bring you back as soon as possible. My friend, you know me, I would leave yesterday if it was my call, but these damn bikers have taken over the camp because we have that cistern full of gas in the backyard. They make us all slaves, and they barely feed us, and they have guards everywhere with guns. I'm a dead man if I try to leave. What if I blow up that cistern? New objective, blow up the cistern. Oh, you need the bikers removed. What if I blow up that cistern? Do you think they will leave? As a desperate measure? Yes, you could, but that would break up our camp, and my people will have to take the road to the road again. What if I just remove the snake's head? Kill their leader. Snitch, that's his name, is very well protected if you can do that. Yes, these cowards he calls a gang would scatter, but getting to him would be tough. What if I take on all of them? Do you think I can find some help around here? Well, there are some of our old friends around here. If you can get them to help, you can use the church to organize and prepare. I'll hide them among my followers. We will talk another time. And now you have got the overview, the notes about this character. As I mentioned before, I will not read them, but if you want to do, you can pause and read that. That will also come up for a couple of other characters. Now we'll talk to Ni hao, Lucy Lee. Ni hao. Hey, Nurse Lucy. So glad I found you. What? Wait, is that Mark? Is he sick? Hello, friend. Mark, friend, very, very ill. Lucy found him here, but Lucy needs medical tools to help him, and Lucy has nothing. Let's get Mark on his feet. I'll get you the medkit. Then please help me. The shelter sent me here with an important mission. So Lucy, the Chinese immigrant, she is the doctor. Oh, okay. Get Lucy medkit and Lucy will help. Go now. But she also, we'll talk another time. She also has a crossbow like the guy in Walking Dead. So we can also hire her. But we also have a shop here, and that's our next task. Jake. What's up? Hey, my friend Jake. Hope you got nice prices for an old mate. We do have the best prices in this parking lot, my friend. Come, see for yourself. That option, the dialogue option is also a bit weird. Give it a rest, Jake, seriously. Naja. Give it a rest, Jake, seriously. How about helping me with some real work? I can't, dude. I kinda lost the game of cards last night and I owe a very bad and very strong man some money. A very mean Russian dude says he wants his 5 gold or he break my legs. So please buy something. So this 5 gold thing, I first thought, 5 gold? Like, is this a medieval game? But the thing is, they are calling, they are mentioning gold when they are talking about gold crowns. So basically gold teeth, which is one of the main currencies here apparently. How about if I pay your debt off? I might have some gold on me. Then I am your man. By the way, I do have some black market stuff hidden around here. If you get that crazy Russian off my back, I'll give a fat discount on everything. Okay, show me what you've got. So that's the trade window. Now we can put some stuff we want to have into the bottom, and we can put some stuff we have into the right side of the bottom, and then we can see if he agrees to trade or not. You smoked some bad weed, dude? No way. But if we put in our gold teeth, then he would do that. Of course, we don't do that now because that's just crap. Yeah, that's a way to trade like in the old games, like Burn Time, I would say. I think it's quite intuitive, it's nice. What I would like to see is that you would also be able to change between characters, at least the characters which are nearby, so you don't have to go out, trade that, and then take another time. And there's the next description. So if you're talking to him and trading, basically, yeah, you can't switch characters. Now I would need to trade, or I don't. Yeah, with that character I cannot even talk to him. So I would now need to open the character inventory, put these on him, and then have him talk to that guy again, which is unnecessarily complicated. So another thing for the trading, or just trading with your own characters, I would like to see that you can switch between characters on both sides. Now we only have 2 characters, but we will soon have multiple characters, or more characters than 2, and then it gets a bit more complicated if you only have the one character on the right side. So we are supposed to get 5 gold. Now what we will do first is just do some looting in this abandoned house here. There's something to eat, but I don't think that's really necessary in the demo so far. An empty bottle, that's cool. Empty bottles can be used for Molotov cocktails. There's another one. I'm not so sure how useful Molotov cocktails are actually. I mean, you can use them, of course, to block paths with fire. One nice thing, I think I mentioned before, I would like to have a hotkey to be able to see what we still can loot and what not. So like for adventures you have like usually the space bar to just, or maybe tab, I don't remember. Yeah, in adventures is the space bar to highlight all the interactable objects. I would like to have that as well. Or I think in Diablo you press shift and you get all the gold highlighted. Also with the characters here, with the NPCs, for example, if I wanted to press a key and then get all the names displayed at the same time, so I would know, okay, this one is a guy I can talk to, or this one, but he isn't. I mean, obviously these ones have exclamation marks on top of them, but yeah. I would still like to see what their names are without needing to hover with the mouse over every character. So that's one of the biker dudes, which we would need to kill if we wanted to kill everyone. And I think we are going to kill everyone, but we'll see. And the very first attempt I tried to do the sneak kill, but then the game crashed and then I had to redo all the stuff. Because no saving in this demo. We have another. Okay. Alright. Well, I will attempt the sneak kill, and if that doesn't work out, I will just try to kill everyone. I will also not loot everything yet. Or I will not yet, but not at all in this demo, because I don't see much of a point in it. But I want to have some stuff so that I can trade for some items, which I need to get additional characters. So what I can show here is the zoom option. So now I'm using the mouse wheel, but you can also see that we are switching between these different layers. What I find a bit weird is, for example, now we are at the ground level, but we still don't see the interior. So if we go up and down, it doesn't really make a big difference. And it doesn't really look like we zoomed in or zoomed out. If I use the zoom option, which was, I think, shift or control. How to play. So, yeah, control. So that's just zoom. That has nothing to do with the layers. So this is a bit not really intuitive, I would say. These different zoom modes. Okay, so we have a couple of more characters here. So first we talk to Dimitri, which is the Russian we need to get gold for. Pivet, drog moi. Comrade, you don't really want to break Jake's legs for 5 gold, do you, friend? Friend Dimitri, very sad, but not my money. Jake wants... Oh, snitch. Snitch is Dimitri's boss. Sorry. Dimitri, listen, I need Jake. With all bones in one piece, I'll get you the gold, okay? Okay, Dimitri, wait for gold. But hurry, switch, not patient, man. We will talk another time. Okay. But you remember we also need to get medicine for the Chinese lady so that she can patch up the military guy. I'm here to trade. And he has some medical equipment, and now we can just put in a gold and some random crap in order to... Ah, the soup that we need. Okay. There's our medical equipment. Nice. He also has some ammo, but we don't really need that. Ah, yeah, and he has more soap. The soap will be relevant later on. You'll see. But not for the usual thing. Yeah, we will now bring the medical supplies to Lou, I think was her name. I forgot. Lee. Lucy Lee. Ni hao, here's your kit. Fix Mark, please. Oh, you are a great, generous man, Kordanor. In China, you will be people hero with medicine now. Let me give you the medicine to Mark. He's shivering a bit, and he slept on his rifle, so yeah, I would have felt uncomfortable as well. Wait up! What? Mission? What is this noise? Captain, you're up! Mark, Captain, what happened? How come you passed out stone cold? Friend, hurry before I back out again. My war wound, find me something for this pain. Sorry, I forgot all about that injury. I'll try to find you some painkillers, sir. But then, please, I need your help. I need my feel-good shots, man. Help your old captain, then we'll talk. Okay, I'll do my best. I will back as soon as possible with that medicine. And there's the next description. You are a hero! Ready to help? And now she joined the crew as well, our third character. And as I mentioned before, she has the crossbow. She needs to reload after every shot, but this is basically a one kill killer device. And it's completely silent. So that one would be the weapon of choice for the stealth kill, I guess. So next up, we would need to get the shot, which we can get at Miguel, but he wants to sell it. Hola, amigo. Hola, habla inglés, señor. Por favor, I need medicine for my amigo. Kordanor, hermano, soy tu amigo, gringo. Don't you recognize Miguelito? You saved me from zombies, remember? Miguelito, my brother from my Mexican mother. Do you hustle meds now, brother? Ah, well, Snitch got me as his personal bartender for his birthday, don't ask. And yes, I might have some drugs for sale. Okay, I have a friend who needs an adrenaline shot. Bad. How much for a shot? Adrenaline? That's hospital stuff, way. Expensive 5 gold crowns, hermano. Go in the construction yard, you can harvest some fresh there. Okay, I guess I'll go smash some skulls. I'll be right back. And there's Miguel Dragist Cordoba. Hola, amigo. I should be going. Okay. And I think that was pretty much all the characters here. So we have a couple of quests to do now. And first up, we will run into this building where we will come across some dudes. Combat begins. And now you can see the combat system. Interrupt. These are all melee guys, so they are not a problem. They don't come in range. So we take a billy bow, and now we can see, like, we can... I mean, this one is so close. We could just shoot him in the head. Or you can... So you have this green circle, basically, which means that the chance to hit is extremely high. So we just shoot at him. And he's dead. Of course, we could have shot in the head, but yeah. So we will just wait until they get out, because they're melee. That's really not a thing. And the game has interrupt mechanics, as with Jagged Alliance. In our turn, or if they do something which makes them come in our view, we get an interrupt. So I'm not sure why Billy Bow didn't get an interrupt. Maybe because he has less points, maybe because the stats are low, I don't know. But 2 of our characters just got an interrupt. So we can now use our remaining AP to shoot at them, for example. And I will shoot him. And with him already, you saw that the bullet went through him and then hit something else as well. Out of sight. He's not out of sight. So with him, now that's very interesting and something I wanted to show. With him you can see that it's easy to hit him. Well, it's not this really dark green, but it's a light green, so it's still a good chance to hit. Costs 18 AP. But you can see that this game has a realistic ballistic projection. So in XCOM, in Phyrexis XCOM, for example, it does not matter at all what's between you and your opponent. So let's say in XCOM you have a character here, for example, or here, and I would try to shoot him. The car would not matter at all. It is as if the car doesn't exist. In Phyrexis XCOM, the cover is only counting if you're right next to the cover itself. So only if the character is here. In this game, everything from you to the target is taken into account for your hit calculation. Which means that in this case, the bullet would fly through the window and hit him in the stomach, basically. But we cannot shoot in his legs, because then the angle would be too low. The bullet would go through here, and of course that would not hit him. So if we just do a random shot, that would be fine. If we try to aim now and aim at the legs, it would not hit. I'm not sure if that's a bug now, because now we can see that's gray, and here it's orange. Or this is kind of red. I think they should have the same colors. But we will just shoot at his stomach now, his torso, and he's dead. Yeah, as I mentioned, this thing is really, really strong. I just reload it now. And we have the other guy coming to us. Now he has the interrupt. Okay, he was just a bit late. But this is too far. We can shoot anyways. Another nice thing. So we can see this thing has uses 12 AP to shoot. But we have 16 AP in total. So it will show us that if we go here, for example, we have still 1 use. But if we go there with 5 AP, we would have not enough to shoot anymore. So we go there. We're just slightly closer to him. And it's still too far, but that doesn't mean we can't hit him. It will just mean that it's very inefficient. Yeah. Now with the shotgun, you can really see how the ballistics are going. Like, everything is spreading out. You can hit multiple targets with just 1 shot and so on. Neutral characters, yeah, but they don't have anything to do here. So, yeah, we will just kill him now. Bams. And now we are out of the turn-based mode. I think there should be something to indicate that we are not in combat mode anymore. Because it's a bit hard to tell. Now we are reloading with all characters. And it's time to loot. A hammer, okay. Another hammer, okay, that's getting heavy then. And this guy still inside. Climb through the window, also cool. What I don't know is if the terrain is fully destructible. Like if you have explosives, if you can also make a hole into the wall. So in a real game now, I would try to loot everything, but because this is a bit pointless here, I will not do that. And I also want to keep this as brief as possible, but still showing you everything. So we now go here. This is where we should harvest the gold, as he mentioned. Dead inside. So here we got some zombies. Nothing to see. We can also crouch around. So everything is clear there. We go to the corner and then and there we got a nice fellow. So now we can see with the with this eye symbol that he would see us if we go there, but we could go really, really close. Of course, there could also be other zombies which would see us first. And there's another one. Now they're not moving, but let's go a bit closer. And now we can just start the fight. Bams. So same with him. We can't shoot the legs. For some reason, we also can't. We can't shoot the legs. We can't shoot the arms, but we could hit in the head, which might be too far away. I'm not sure, but we can definitely hit in the torso. If we click left shooting, then yeah, we have the selection here. But I would just shoot normally into the torso. And that's it from him. And I do not spend some precious arrows, but yeah, we just use the pistol here. And because the angle on the right side is different than on the left side, we can hit, even though barely, we can hit on the right side, but not on the left side. But we can also just try and shoot him in the head now. And that worked. And now the combat ended and the combat started again because they heard us and moved into our direction. So, new turn. Let's start with a Billy Bow. And just a torso hit. We also need to reload soonish. Him we can't really hit because... Yeah, because we're also crouching. So we need to shoot high. It's also a very good example. So in XCOM, for example, it would be... He would be completely open and it really doesn't matter where we are. We would just hit him with full hit chance and with maximum crit chance, right? And in this game, you can see, okay, the ballistics would go against these barrels. It's just not possible to hit him in the legs or in the... anywhere basically except the head. However, what we still could do, even though it shows that the hit chance are bad, we could try to shoot through these barrels actually. Probably not with a shotgun though. I will try that with the other character in a minute. In a second. Let's kill him. So I'll take him now. Okay, he has the... I will just walk to the side now. So that, I mean, this is not makes no sense, but now we cannot hit him in the legs, right? But I'm curious what happens if we shoot now. Because I think we can still hit him, exactly. But this means that we shoot through the barrels, which of course is bad. It reduces the speed of the bullet and it does less damage than a normal shot would do. I think this one also scraped the barrel. So yeah, we will just kill him with her now. There's friendly fire, of course, so she might actually kill our other guy. So let's go a bit forward and here. And she needs to reload. And yeah, then we can just wait here. I'm not sure what exactly happens if they hit us. I don't know if we can get into a zombie or something. Yeah, let's go here. So, and I will actually try and shoot him so that the friendly fire chance is minimized. And here we can just shoot the head. Bam. And we don't have any ammo anymore in the weapon. Reload, and I think that's a good choice for him as well. And she will just save her ammo and we will wait until the next... Oh, interrupt. We can shoot one more time. But we would shoot past our other character, which is probably not a good idea. So I would just do nothing at the moment. And he's close no, he's not close enough to attack. So yeah, it's a good thing that we reloaded. Now we can try to shoot him in the head. Yeah. And he will just get a... okay. Let's move away. Okay. Then just yeah, okay, fine. And we still need to shoot him 2 times. Nice, and she will hopefully kill him now. But she's a killer machine with that thing. More! But yeah, they needed to run too far. so they don't have any points to attack. And all like that, we switched into real-time mode again. So take all characters, reload, and now we'll got to loot stuff. And there we got our gold tooth. What I also like to see, but they mentioned that we'll overhaul the loot system a bit. Oh, what's that? Alcohol. Local corn moonshine. Perfect to run your truck on. Light on your lamps and pass out drinking. Awesome. Right now it's a bit... You cannot really see which characters corpses you already looted and which ones are still to loot. So if you have like 10 zombies cluttered together, I think it's rather painful to loot them all at the moment. I hope that this is still changed. Take all. Take all. Yo. We're rich. All right. Then... Help! Anyone? Help! Miss Kaylee, is that you? Sweet Lord, it's Kordanor. Yes, yes, please get me out of here. Looks like the door is jammed shut. Let me find a crowbar and loosen it. Yeah, in your next description. Of course, we already have the crowbar. Thanks. Why aren't you at the shelter? Why aren't you back at the shelter? I heard you left alone and felt bad. I didn't save you once so that I can send you to kill yourself. Ah, gosh, that's very nice of you. Still, how exactly did you end up locked in a container? I was looking for some ammo at a stash around here. Next thing, some stupid zombie bangs on the doors and slams them shut. You know the rest. Well, you were lucky that it was me who came by. Speaking of help, you're still up for it? Sure, let's wrap this up. Let's go. Alright, next character. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here's no more zombies. I guess we pulled them all before. Wow. Cool. Then we can head back now and solve all the quests before we go on the final mission, the main mission. Ah, shit, one thing I forgot. We need to go back. There's one corpse which I didn't loot, that one. And she's got a hammer! By the way, I didn't mention that before, I think, but yeah, the game is currently in the alpha that I mentioned before. The early access is going to start in fall. The Steam page mentions a release in end of the year. I'm not quite sure what that means, if that's what they meant with early access, because I cannot really imagine that the game releases end of the year already, because that game is already quite a while in development, and that would be a bit quick now. I mean, even though it looks fine from this alpha now, I mean, that's just a look into some polished contents, like the whole base management and so on, we haven't seen yet at all, right? Right now, into the alpha, you can't really get... Maybe you can... yeah, I have no idea how to actually get there. I went into the Discord chat even months ago, and I was just poked by a developer and was asked if I wanted to take a look at it and get a key. And I was like, yeah, I will take a look as long as there are no strings attached. And so I ended up with this version. So yeah, it's not sponsored or anything. I just got the key to do the review, and yeah, I will always give my honest opinion about the game. So he is totally overburdened, and we need to get some stuff away from him. Toothpaste. I think we will also lose that hammer very soon, so it should be fine. Okay, now we get the shot. Here's 5 gold. Give me that booster, por favor. Sure, Hermano, here is it. I'm about to terminate Snitch's career. Look, I'm about to terminate Snitch's career and his life. Do you feel like taking an unpaid vacation? I could use your help. Gringo, Pendagers are armed to the teeth, but wait, get me a bar of soap. I can make some bad laxatives out of that and spice the coffee for other guards. That would keep them preoccupied for a while. Found the soap. Found the soap, do your thing. See, a pinch of this, a drop of that. So here's the guy, I guess, we need to kill. And now the guards from this room left. But it's still a pain in the ass to get there. Ready. I am ready. Let's go. Recruited. Now he's in our team as well. Then we got Dimitri. Here's 5 gold. Jake owes. We good now? All okay now. I'll tell Snitch Jake paid debt. And there's the next character. Privet. Say Dimitri. Where's your big hammer? I remember you loved that tool. That made Dimitri very sad. Snitch took my precious and threw it away. Said I'm too dumb to use it. So they keep treating you like dirt, friend. How about working for me again? You know what, Drake? If you can bring me my tool, Dimitri, come with you, okay? Dimitri, I found your baby. Dimitri, I found your baby. Look here, all nice and shiny. You good god man among men, Kordanor. To hell with bikers. Let's go smash bones. This is neither a wedding or our funeral. There are too many. Leave some with Owen. He can entertain them. So he will run to our camp now, and there's basically where we gather all the guys. And we can also exchange characters here. I don't know how it will be in the release version. Maybe you can put your characters to tasks like you can do in Dead State or Jagged Alliance. So we also have the drugs for him, right? You got your medicine, sir? Ready for duty. Let's roll. So he's got the same text as the Dimitri. And now we'll get the next one. Jake. What's up? I paid off your debt, man. You said something about some black market stuff at good prices? OMG, that nightmare's over. Yeah, man, this is a one-off liquidation sale. Take everything that tickles your fancy. And we will just take everything. Thank you very much. Here. Too much. Though it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Thanks. Those were some very nice prices. You know what? I keep dealing for a while. Need more men for the fight. I know where to find you. Sure, dude. I am in debt to you for the rest of my life. Whatever you want. Let's go, dude. Recruit. This is neither wedding nor funeral, blah blah blah. But he will also go to the base now, and we can get him as soon as we want to recruit him. But there's one more thing I wanted to do before we start the attack. We will scavenge some cars and might get some fuel and build us some Molotov cocktails. There's 3 liters and we've got 3 bottles, and that's fine. So now we can craft these. Confirm, confirm, confirm. 3 bottles, 3 Molotovs. We can also drink some stuff and... he's too far away from the others. Right. So now we give away some of the crap. Also, this one is really bad. Should switch to a better weapon. Yeah, maybe that one. And you get these shotgun ammo. We've got the Magnum here, which is also not super useful, but we'll take care of that later. He should receive one of these. Alright. And then we go to Kaylee. She has a rifle, and as I mentioned before, we set up the character so that he is actually very good at rifling. Also, the issue now with the demo alpha thing is that the main character must not die. As soon as he dies, it's basically game over. So he should not be melee, because that increases our chances of dying quickly. So we will just give her the 45 caliber stuff. Yeah, that's nice. And that's it. I mean, she can have that one as... let's give that one to shotgun dude, like him. Maybe this one has a higher range, I'm not sure. And Miguel, I think we will put... okay, take this. We put him into the camp. Hey brother, I got a friend to hide. Hidden until I'm back. Miguel. Miguel dismissed. We'll talk another time, blah. Now we can recruit... not Jake. Where's the other guy? Ah, there. Mark. Sir, yes sir, let's roll. Because he has a nice big rifle, M556 carabine, and he can actually do burst shots with that one. And we can also exchange Kaylee for Dimitri. Yeah, let's do that. We can only talk with the main character. Hit that one. Got a friend to hide. Kaylee. I'm also not sure. Let's take this him first. Recruit. Okay, just as a gun. That's not super useful. So I will put him away again and then take Dimitri. We can't actually do that. Why can't we hide Jake? Now we can. Maybe he was too far away. So we'll take Dimitri. I mean, it's the close combat with that thing, but still. Okay, now we've got enough characters, and because it might actually create some issues with the Molotov cocktails. I'm not sure if I will be able to use them. I will just throw them somewhere, and we will see what happens. So just that I showed that this is a thing. Yeah, we can click on here. And then we can use it, and we can just throw it to the cars. I'm not sure if they will explode. But we can see a nice fire here. And yeah, the cars actually go down. That looks really cool. The fire also will go out at some point. That's nice. It's really weird that shift zoom or shift mouse wheel does nothing, but for everything else, like for shooting you need shift and for zooming you need control. So let's wait for a second, just that the flames go out. Yeah, nice. Yeah, okay, we don't need that though. And now we will try to kill the bad guy. He's in this building. But I don't really have a good idea on how to kill them. Like with my attempts before, I tried to go from the back into the house. One time I wasn't sneaking, so I was seen immediately by some guy on the roof and then I was killed. The next time I went here and then someone saw me here and then the game crashed. And that's about with my tries for that. And from the German version of my first look, I came in here. I basically killed like 20 people or so. Then I came here through that door, I think, and then I had this thing explode, which fulfills the other goal. But yeah, it would be nice to do the sneaky goal. Yeah, so I cannot possibly run past them, so I need to go that route. But I should probably only go in with one character then. So all crouch. And then directly to the wall. That works. The issue is that there's a guy on the roof, and if you're running on the wrong fields, he might see you and then you're screwed. I hope the game will not crash this time. I don't know what exactly caused it. This guy is moving around a bit. But we can also not really tell what he can see, because we have this zone everywhere now. Ah, go away. Okay, we're in. So I think there was one guy inside here. Yeah, but we don't really need him. Just hope he stays there. Combat begins. Okay. Well, that did not work. So I guess we now need to kill everyone without Lucy. And because that's a horrible position, I will just run away. Ah! We can also get reinforcements, because we lost one character and we still have some characters in our base. Man, but I did get in that building, so what should I have done? Alright. Yeah. Now it's basically a warning that somebody saw me and that they will sound alarm and whatnot. Now the stealth skill is... yeah, if we were there with multiple characters, it might have worked, of course. Oh shit, it may be too far. Let's go there. Yeah, but this, I mean, it makes sense, right? That he got an interruption and then he was prepared, he waited for us, and then he just shot us. And this interruption system, they will still work on it, but it also makes some situations interesting or solves issues which other games have solved in other ways. So, for example, these corners. So let's say that there was an enemy on this very field here. So he would be covered in some way by this thing. He could then, let's say if I was standing here, to attack, he would do a sidestep and then attack me. But by doing this sidestep, he would actually go into my visibility, and then I would get an interrupt and would be able to shoot at him if I have action points left. In XCOM, he would be able to shoot me, and I would be able to shoot him, because even though it's impossible, he basically just stretches his arm out so he can get shot, right? That makes no sense, but because XCOM, for XCOM is kind of this board game mechanics, very easy to just see everything on the board and basically to calculate it yourself. That's how they do it. On Jagged Alliance, it's more like you don't have these interruptions there for everything, but you could also probably more easily shoot him from here. I mean, that works as well here. If you're, for example, from here, you have a pretty good aim, which in XCOM would not be the case. In Phyrexis XCOM, if somebody is, let's take another wall. If somebody is right here, and you're here, your aim chance would be really bad because he's behind high cover, and it would be bad as long as you're here. As soon as you step here, you gain like, I don't know, 30% hit chance and 40% crit chance or something, because now he's flanked. Which is right, there's 0 or 1, but there's no fluent calculation. They added a more fluent calculation with a patch and with the expansion of the first XCOM, or the first Phyrexis XCOM, but it still felt very odd. So yeah, now we need to find a way to kill all people, kill all the enemies. That might be a bit of a challenge. Maybe just run past that building first, and then go that route. Maybe it's already too much what I... Oh! Ah! Aua! Okay. I'm leaving! I should patch him up though, otherwise he will bleed. We can see that here. They're chasing us. We'll take the good bandages here. But he has a pistol, he's not really danger. We just have one bandage. Well, anyways, he cannot shoot. He also just has a rifle. I think the range is rather low. I'm not sure if we can see that here. Range 19. Yeah. And this weapon here, range 21. That's not that much more. So, Mark, you go there. Dimitri. Billy Ball. And he can patch up. Dimitri. So now he is fixed, and he also got some hit points back. Ah! Okay, that I didn't want. Yeah, that would be nice if it just goes away after one use. It's a bit weird. Too far. I will try it anyways. Okay. 8. No, okay. Yeah, let's head out, head back. Of course, that will still take quite a while until we reach our base. Yeah, now he's in cover. So if we, for example, stood here and we just waited, he would try to shoot us. He would sidestep because he cannot shoot through the wall, and then we would get an interruption. But yeah, we'll just move forward now. Maybe it would also be easier to just kill him. Let's keep our guys together. Okay. Another one. Okay. Too far. I mean, he would still be able to shoot, but yeah. Let's go into crouch. By the way, that's also something that can get an interrupt from. So if you're crouching behind a wall, and in order to shoot you have to stand up, this standing up can cause an interrupt from the enemy. And that's our main character. Yeah, he would be in the open. But there's no good way. He needs to... Yeah, or you just run that way. Yeah. Should be far away. Fine. Enough to be out of range from these, even if they run further towards my group. I'm not sure if I actually take over points from one turn to the other. In Jagged Alliance you had like up to 5 points, I think, you could take from into the next turn. I mean, there's like 20-30 enemies on the map. So there's still lots of fighting going on. And I mean, you see how long the YouTube video is going to take, but I'm pretty sure that the majority is still... Yeah, maybe not the majority, but it will not be before 2 hours unless I die. That might end this a bit quicker. Alright, so Wow. Optimal range, but he only has very limited options there. Too far. We can also just run forward, but they are very close now. And he has a shotgun, that's really not super useful. That costs 14 points. Just run there. He wouldn't be able to do anything, but... Or we just run here. We could really just flee. But they're really coming close. 3. I mean, our cover is not that bad here either. And they're in the open. Yeah, let's try it. Nice. And another shot. He can actually shoot 3 times. Yeah. I mean, yes, it's stating it's too far, and it is too far, so it does less damage, but he hits anyways. So, yeah, he has the worst weapon of all, I think, because that thing only has a range of 8. So he really needs to... Oh. Yeah. Okay, go back to cover. And he will just go there. He also cannot shoot from there. Cover. And then we've got him still, and he can... A single shot might be enough. But yeah, that's the wrong mode. That was knocking him. Yeah, 27. Again. Ah, okay, I should have used the other one then. Okay. Next guy. But they all have shotguns? Oh. They're flanking! But I think they will all get interrupts if I am now moving out of the cover. Yeah, they didn't shoot a lot, so they all still have points left. Okay. Now it becomes even more pressing that we need to leave that. Yeah, it's... Ah! Okay. He is pretty much dead though. Nice. Run! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sniper! Shit, 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 shit. Ah, no, I reloaded. I wanted to go to run, not reload. Huh. Okay, that didn't trigger that. Interrupts. Uh-huh. And the last guy. Run. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how I should survive that. Oh, sniper! Ah! Billy Bo died. One by one. Okay. I'm not sure if I could even recruit other people at that point. As long as I'm in combat. Oh. Ow. Maybe it would have been better if I just went here into this thing and then killed them when they wanted to pass that. That's something I could still do, right? Obviously, I wouldn't get the additional characters, but I'm not sure if I could. No, I will try to go back to base. No interrupts. Okay, cool. These would be in the open. Oh, let's go there. Yeah, there's just too many. I mean, that's still very, very dangerous here. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, shotgun guy. Okay, they really don't like him. He's a bullet sponge. Uh-huh. I'm not sure how safe it is over there. He could just go there and maybe take some hits. And then, he can also use that one now. I mean, that's not doing much, but... Okay. And he must not die. Okay, there shouldn't be a lot of attacks, but of course from the right side they can still close in. But they're too far away with their handguns. That's a shotgun guy, I think. Okay, that went well. Then we just run further. I'm not sure what the civilists will do. It's really nice with this 32 action points here. I don't think they will be able to shoot at us this turn. But they're in view. Now that I see the time here, 4:38, would also be interesting, and I did that. I remember playing the Jagged Alliance 2 demo, where you couldn't forward the time, but you could just leave the game idling, and then I just passed the time, so I saw the day-night cycle. Okay. Yeah, so we just... Ah, shit, that was not the best way. But we might be able to patch him up a bit then. I mean, it's not much, but every bit helps. Alright. Now maybe you should have gone 2 steps further. Drum. Yeah, I mean they are in the open now, but it's so far that it's impossible to hit. Let's try and recruit them. Nah, it's not possible within fight. That's not good. Not good. Okay, then we need to take positions here. Maybe they just forget about us if we are out of sight. I somehow doubt that. Okay, he is almost... Ah, okay, so he ran out of bandages. Of course, they might also come from here. Would be nice if he was not there. Yeah. Neutral turn. Interrupts. Cool. And ouch. Okay, that's a bit close now. Yeah, still has 2 uses after that. Unfortunately, we really need to do that. I mean, yeah, we don't have any... okay, let's try that. Grenade! He can't shoot anymore. He's still full. Okay. Ouch. Nah, Dimitri died. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. Civilians run away. Nice. Ah, shit. I think he might die, but I'm not too not super sure about that. So let's just go into a bit of safety here. Ouch! And then there was only one. You can see that he is burning. Unfortunately, the other guy is not. Maybe he will just die. No! Ouch. Don't shoot again. Uh-oh. And now we're dead. Alright, well, that was that then. Defeat! You gave it your best shot, and it wasn't enough. But rest assured, Snitch will now see that security is run properly, and no more militia will sneak in the camp, pretending to be random refugees. Your failed efforts also made Snitch and his men the heroes of the day back at the main charter base, and everyone in his gang received their charter badge. From the ashes of the mess you left behind, a new gang of criminals was born, ready to rule the streets of Urban in terror. Thank you for playing Urban Strife Alpha. And yeah, that's it. So, I mean, that was a failed attempt, but I think you saw the mechanics of the game very well. Well, at least the combat mechanics, not necessarily the base management or whatever is to come. But I think it's quite exciting to get another game which tries to go, or at least which seems to try to go into Jagged Alliance footsteps, to have a more realistic approach to combat. And yeah, I mean, mixing that up with the zombie apocalypse is fine. And that state was really a nice idea, but unfortunately, yeah, the execution was just bad. But that state also could have been really, really nice. So maybe Urban Strife is then achieving what that state failed to achieve. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the release, which, as I mentioned, Steam says early access in fall, release end of the year. I'm not quite sure how to interpret this release, or is it just the early access release? And my guess is that it will not be fully released this year, but we'll see. Yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel or to my review channel. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. But yeah, I mean, these channels are German only, unfortunately, for the most part. But if you want to help me out, you can still subscribe, no matter if you watch the videos or not. It will be of great help just to reach a higher subscriber number in these low numbers. I'm at 900 something. So it would be really helpful for me if you subscribe. So if you want to do me a favor, do that. I hope you enjoyed this look into the game. I thank you for watching and see you next time.